Dude, I feel like a total newbie. Welcome to Mikey Ball's Kayaking, boys. So, I've been on the road for like 2 months, and that means, you guys saw this in the earlier summer videos, I have not tested out my new Jackson Kayak Coosa FD. So, we're gonna run through the setup. We got a nice little creek, little river that's just down from my house right behind us. We're gonna try to catch a bass fish, but first, I'm gonna walk you through how I got this thing set up as simple, as basic instinct fishing as possible. My philosophy with this thing is I love active target, I love forward-facing sonar, I love fishing offshore, but I wanted some way to tap into my roots and to fish some of these backwaters. Alabama's got crazy cool backwaters, all these creeks, rivers, there's lakes that you can only have a 25 horsepower motor or less. There's all these places that I haven't been able to access with my big fancy bass boat. And I also wanted to kind of fish on instinct, you know, look at the bank and be like, I want to cast there. This is a Coosa FD, it's a Jackson Kayak, I got it directly from them. They're super cool about it. The way I have it set up is super basic. There are no batteries in this boat. It does have a pedal drive, so I do have some control over, you know, where I'm going, what I'm doing. At the same time, I went to Academy. It's one of the best kind of like local tackle kind of dealers that there is when it comes to big box stores. I bought this Magellan paddle. I actually used a 20% off gift card that I got from buying an Alabama fishing license. So it's super light and it straps to the side of the kayak, so I don't have a bunch of things dangling around. Of course, you have to have a basket. This is just a Walmart basket. It's like $7, dude. Got it online, had it delivered to the house. Went on Amazon and got a 3-rod rack holder just like this. I actually have another one that I might attach to the side. I'm just strapping that down using the bungees. I bolted it in right there. Super easy. Kayak already has 2 rod holders right in the back here, so I got 3 rods right there, 1 right there. Of course, got a life jacket because I am so amateur that I don't trust myself. Got some waters and a Coke Zero. So the last thing I want to be doing is taking my boat apart and putting my boat back together every time I want to go fishing, but I always want so much tackle, right? So I needed to figure out a way that I could get tackle out of my boat, just drop it into a bag, get on the water, go fish a creek, and then go back in my boat and go fish Gunnersville or something. So what I did is I got a bunch of Bass Mafia 3700 boxes and 3600 boxes. You can see them right there. I got this tackle warehouse bag because it fits 5 of the big ones, but then I can also drop these little ones. I'm kind of fishing very simple, so I only dropped a few boxes in for today. We got some Neds, we got some square bills right here, a bunch of square bills actually, and then I got some tailspins in my little micro box right here. The other thing is it has a bunch of like pouches and pockets, so I can store a bunch of Ned baits. These are little BB crickets, little crawl baits. I have a pliers and a scissors right there, but basically it allows me to just grab some rando stuff out of my boat, throw it into that bag, and then that's my limit. And then when I get home, I can take them out of that bag, throw them back in the boat, right in the slots that they're designed for, and not really have to do any reorganizing of my boat or the kayak. One of the things that was highly recommended by my buddy Binya Outdoors, he's my kayak mentor actually, is this thing right here. So he recommended a different brand, but I went with the Bonlo because it was cheap on Amazon. Basically, this is a kayak cart. It's got the really big fat wheels on it, just in case I go and I fish in some dirt or like more primitive style boat ramps. But I'll tell you what, it makes it 1,000 times easier. I just took the kayak out of the truck and it just rolled right out, and now I can roll it straight down to El Boat Ramp. Baits for today, I got a square bill tied on. This is a new Berkeley kind of mini spinner bait. This is an old school Cumberland kind of tailspin. This is a naughty little bait. Awesome for creek fishing and like fish with smallmouths, because I think there's smallmouth in here. And of course I got a little Nichols Ned for kind of throwing in the current and that. That's how I got it set up. It's pretty darn simple, and that's exactly how I wanted it. We're gonna put it in the water. I'm gonna strap a chesty on. Let's go try to catch a bass. Like I said, amateur. Don't float away. So I'm gonna stand up here to kind of give you guys an idea. There's a decent amount of current in here. Now, the few and far between thing is rocks. There's a bunch of wood scattered around, but I don't see a lot of rocks. So I think I'm gonna focus on 2 things. One is rocks, and then the other thing is, see that shade line over there? It's all like dark in that. It's midday, you know, it's fall, fishing's gonna be tough, but I think that shade line, especially since we're dealing with smallmouth, I think there are some largemouth, but it's mainly smallmouth in here. You gotta kind of play the shade, play the darker areas, the more ambush points, and then that current, wherever it makes eddies or breaks that current, is gonna be key. But it's gonna be a little tricky. The pedal drive helps, but it's gonna be a little tricky setting up on stuff. fish on. I think it might be a little smallmouth. Strong little fish, dude. It is. It's a freaking decent smallmouth, bro. Right off a little river freaking rock shoal, dude. It's a little pound-and-a-half smallmouth, dude. That is the first fish in the Jackson Coosa. That felt like a good one. That's a big one, dude. Oh, it's a drum. Come on. There we go. Wow. Hey, oh, it's a rock bass. That's a bunch of crap. What the f? Bro, that's a car. That's the roof of a car. I guess that tells me how deep I am. See if there's one in the window. It's a good current break though, too. That is a car. That is an old car. Go kayaking, they said. You'll find all kinds of things, they said. Oh dear. What do we got here, boys? That's a big one, dude. And he's running straight towards the boat. It's a giant freaking largemouth right in like the little creek mouth. Bro, come here. Come here, bro. Oh, man. I don't even know how to let. Oh my God. It's a largemouth or a smallmouth? Bro, actually it's a mean mouth. Dude, look at that thing. Guys, I am calling mad success. Check that thing out, dude. It's like a 3.5, 4 pound. I think it's a mean mouth, dude. Look at that thing. That is so cool. On the net. All right, we got to get her back. Back down you go. Bro, that was so mean. So there's a little creek cut right here and it's super skinny. And I threw my net up in there, dude, and she just darted up and absolutely smoked it. It towed the kayak around. That joker dragged the kayak around and I could do absolutely nothing. Dare I make another cast? He's right up on that shoal, right on the shade line too. So there's like a creek that dumps out and then there's 2 points on the shoal. There's one there and there's one there. That actually looks good. I want to drift over that. I mean, you can't really pick your spots too much when you're doing this, but you can at least identify what's in front of you and make, you know, high percentage casts. And that was one of them. Got you. Haha, I stood up and got you. It's a little spot, I think. Yeah. Well, spotted bass. We're going for a mixed bag today, boys. That was actually reeling the Ned too, which is one of my favorite things to do in situations like this. It kind of gives you a lot of versatility with the way you fish the net. I can fish it around this rock right here, pop it around, but then I can kind of reel it too. And it looks, I've seen some minnows in here and they're like little dark green jokers and they look just like my Ned. So when I reel it, I look just like one of them little minnows. So it wasn't a steaming pile of you know what. It was actually really cool. I highly enjoyed this. Do you guys see how gorgeous this is? I'm just drifting down this little creek in the middle of nowhere, nobody's around, and it's super quiet. And it is a little bit challenging to catch fish, there's no doubt. Like, I got a lot more respect for the kayak guys after this, but we will be doing this again. That was fun. We caught a great big one. That's not gonna happen every time, but that was stupid, dude. Towing the boat around on the little Ned, drag buzz it. It was fun, man. But there's some challenges, there's some other things I gotta tweak and figure out, so stay tuned because I'm gonna do some more mods on this thing, make it a little more perfect, make some changes so that it's more efficient to get in and out, and just try to catch some more fish, but no batteries, no graphs, au naturel, dude, bareback. Hit that like and subscribe button for me, especially if you enjoyed our first kayak outing. I'm gonna go see Swimsuit Girl and pull this out before it gets dark. Later, boys.